Zech McPhearson Eagles 4th-round pick, and one of the few cornerbacks added to the defensive backfield in this offseason. First game I want to show here is against Baylor. He's lined up 10 yards off here. He's in man coverage. Does a good job here being hesitant, backpedaling a little bit, and not flipping his hips at a premature time. So he is in position to break on the skinny post here as he's coming inside. Really solid rep right here. Playing cover 2, it's a rollout for Baylor. So you have the two hook to curl zones. They're gonna flow with the entire rollout, and then the flat zone, which is what Zach has down here, is going to be a little bit more squeezed. So he does a good job here of seeking depth instead of seeking sideline, and that actually puts him in a good position to cover the out right here that the safety would have to make a choice on. So he can cover the deep route here. Zach can cover the outside route. Now the receiver catches the ball here and notices the angle he takes right here. This tremendous effort from Zach coming from the from far sideline, taking a really good angle, and then pushing him out of bounds and saving the touchdown at the 1-yard line. Playing cover 2, so he's here at the bottom. He's playing flat. And what I really like about this is he's reading the route concepts here. So he sees the Denzel Mims here is going on a curl, but he also has a corner route that's going in here behind him. So he's sticking with the deeper route and letting the hook to curl guy help him out with Denzel should he have thrown that, because this is the more dangerous route to defend downfield because it creates a gap between the safety and the cornerback. Playing flat at the top this time. So at the beginning here, he's going to travel a little bit with the outside route, and as soon as he sees the out breaking from the slot, he's going to trigger up on that immediately, and he does it in good timing and with a good break, so he's there to make the tackle. As soon as the receiver catches the ball, makes a good tackle. Cover 2 once again here, flat at the top. Does a really good job here of relating to the sideline with the outside receiver here. So he's going to backpedal into Denzel Mims, get an arm on him, and then follow him as he's coming up the sideline here and make life a lot easier for the safety, while also keeping an eye out anything coming for the flat right here. So this is a really good job because it's a vertical route from number 3. So the safety here is respecting that. So because Zach gets depth from his flat zone here, it actually helps this coverage from being in a really poor position to being played very well, actually. At the goal line here against Denzel Mims, does a really good job here of getting his hands on him immediately there. So if he were to take the inside step, he would be able to travel with it a little bit more easily. Then after he initiates contact, really good job here of locating the ball and playing that, elevate, and good pass deflection. Man coverage to the top of the screen right here. It's okay. Would like his initial punch to be a little bit more in sync with his hips. So right here he's punching with his inside arm, but his hips are turned a little bit to the outside. So if this wide receiver was running a slant, he will be in poor position. He recovers well. He stays with him. Good breaks with his feet here as the wide receiver is bouncing in and out. Decent job down here at the goal line. He's lined up press man against the receiver here to the top. He's going to go in and out. Really good hands placement on him here to begin with, and stays with him so he can't get out there. Man-man situation here against Denzel Mims. Overcommits too much to the outside. Denzel taking one outside step here, and he sells on that. He bites too hard on the outside, allowing Denzel to have some inside room here. Of course, ball's not coming that way, but he would have been wide open for a touchdown. Screen design here comes up really well, makes a good tackle, and sheds the block from the outside receiver here, makes the tackle on the slot. Fantastic break on the ball right here. It's another screen. He reads it immediately, explodes upfield, and comes up there and deflects the pass before it even gets to the outside wide receiver. Man coverage down here at the bottom, lined off in press coverage, has some good footwork, a good turn here as well, and then puts his outside shoulder into the receiver and looks back for the ball. Decent man coverage down here at the bottom, single high safety, good turn, leans into the wide receiver, looks back for the ball, and completion. Cover 2 man, lined up in off coverage here at the top, takes a little outside step to correspond to what the wide receiver is doing, gets his hands on him nicely, turn his hips well, sticky coverage on him as he's coming across the middle and out again. It's 3rd and 4. He's lined up right here at the top man coverage. Plays off with 5 yards, 5-6 yards. You don't have to play that, but he does that. Don't know if it's scheme or what it is. The break could be a little bit better, a little bit faster. Bicycle kicks a little bit here, makes a tackle at the point of catch, but ultimately could be a little bit better here, both in where you're lining up according to the down, but also the quickness after the break. Off coverage, man here has man on the outside wide receiver, gets picked up a little bit by number 2, so he's in off position. He is beat right here, but he does have safety help over the top, which helps him in that situation. Comes in well in the run game, lined up to the top right here, gets some hands on the outside wide receiver here, so he sets a bit in position, but gets pulled down by the receiver, and it's called the holding on the play, but has some good physicality there just at the edge. Outside power, this time he's lined up at the bottom here. Does a good job of coming up and making the tackle here. Takes a good angle on the running back. Good tackle there at the sideline. Lined up to the top here, man coverage against double move. Doesn't bite on it that much. And takes a good angle on him. He stays with him, stride for stride downfield. Bubble screen to the top right here. You gotta have Zech coming here. He's shedding the block of number 3 receiver, coming and making the tackle. Man coverage to the top of the screen right here, defending an out route. Lined up a little bit in off coverage, takes a lot of steps backwards here, so there's a little cushion when he's actually breaking it out. Needs a little bit faster break. He's taking one step, like he plants his foot, but then he also bicycle kicks a little bit afterwards as well, so he's a little late getting out there. Decent bump and run here at the top of the screen, cover one man. Good bump here against him, then turns well and has him all the way. Man-manning at the top outside wide receiver here. Trips a little bit as he is turning 180 here. Makes up for it. Puts in good position. And is with him all the way. Safety makes the interception. Lined up outside the tight end right here. Comes up well in run support. Holds his contain. Squares up. And makes a tackle. Man coverage at the top here. Mirrors well what the wide receiver is doing. Good footwork. As he's going first out and then in. And stays with him. Man coverage at the bottom down here. Going on a curl. Wide receiver is. Good break on it. Comes up and makes the pass break up. Man coverage at the top here. Gets some good hands on him. Has a nice turn afterwards. Really nicely flat right here in cover 3. He takes a good angle right here in between the safety and the wide receiver right here. So he is in position to play the ball. And the cornerback will have to throw it. It's sort of like a loop ball. So he either throws it too far, picks it by the safety, too short, and it picks it by him. Right there is a tough throw to make if you were to complete it. Cover 3, he's in the flat, so it's actually not really his responsibility to cover everything in the deep parts right here. He transitions his guy inside, and then he's seeking depth. So this guy is tripping, the safety is. So he's even close to making this play because he gets really good depth. There's nothing threatening his flat at that point. But ultimately, safety fucks up. At the top here, man coverage against the outside wide receiver. Really smooth back paddle. So he's going outside, he's going inside in his back pedal and transitions to a break when he's breaking on the post, the wide receiver, and that's a really good coverage. At the bottom here, man coverage against the slant route, really poor technique. He's sort of leaning outside. He's going to stab outside here with his inside arm, and that puts him in a poor position, and the wide receiver is wide open immediately after they get off. A few clips here from Oklahoma as well. Here going again to CD Lamb at the bottom. He's going on a slant route, and he's lined up in press. So instead of he's taking a few backpedal steps initially, and right here you see he's already backpedaling. CD is already breaking on his inside route, so he comes a little bit late up to it and gives up the catch. Man coverage at the bottom here against outside wide receiver. He's coming on the drag, follows him well, but the wide receiver plays it nicely by coming a little bit towards the line of scrimmage at the point of catch. So he comes up with it. It's a good tackle afterwards, and decent coverage on a tricky route to cover across the middle, but good play by the wide receiver. Man at the bottom, he's coming across the middle and then sitting, and it's a good break on the ball. Makes a good hit, force the incompletion.